My name is Jonathan Vaughn, and I'm Vicky's husband. The first tribute I'll read is from the Lynn brothers. The year was 2004. From all over the world, strangers came together in one place, never realizing the impact this meeting would bring. We gathered for one purpose, to learn tips to help us on our adventure, never meaning for this to become something so special. Yet, here we are, this group of friends, so many years later, so many memories later, all sharing our common bond of love for one of our sisters, Amanda. Yes, we were all called the Ship of Fools, this merry band of cruisers, and Amanda is one of our sisters. It was July 21st, 2004 at 1:01 p.m. that Amanda joined the website, Three Circles. She, like all of us, gathered at this common meeting place to continue our friendship that had grown for a year. At that point, we had never met each other face to face. We all waited in anticipation to greet each other in the cruise terminal to make the connection we made in cyberspace become a reality. What a joyous day. The Lane family is one of those families everyone wishes they could be a part of. The love and warmth given to their family and friends is infectious. Amanda is just one shining example. Beautiful with her long, dark brown hair, smiling eyes, and gorgeous smile. It was the inner beauty of Amanda you remember most. Always there to encourage and support, she put her friends and family before herself. In the face of this dreaded disease, she fought to live life to its fullest. No matter what she was going through, she always made the time and effort to welcome you. Every time we traveled to Orlando, the Lane family always made us feel welcome. One of those times, 2 summers ago, my family came to Orlando for a dance competition. Even though she had radiation treatment that morning, Amanda made time to bring Addison to the dance competition so they could see my daughter dance. I brought them backstage to the dressing room so Addison could see the dancers getting ready and to introduce them to friends from back home. Amanda smiled and laughed and sat for hours with me watching the dancers. But of course, most of our memories involve cruising, and we certainly love cruising. Amanda desperately wanted to make that transatlantic cruise from Spain to Florida in 2007. She was undergoing treatment at the time, but as luck would have it, treatment stopped just before the cruise and they were able to join us. In typical Fool fashion, we gathered for tastings and various liquid refreshments and generally made way too much noise and had lots of laughs. We also gathered on Deck 9 to sit and enjoy each other's company while the girls played and swam in the pool. On the transatlantic cruise, we remember Amanda sitting in the rain with us on a lawn chair with her Cancer Sucks hat on, watching High School Musical 2 on the Jumbotron. We all wanted to talk about how much she had been through, but it seemed so peaceful to sit in her presence and enjoy the time together. Coming together on that deck was like meeting up with family. You always welcome, and you could just relax and be yourself. Of course, we always had to wear sunglasses to avoid the glare from Bob's wildly colored shirts. So when we think back on our cruises, what will we remember? We will remember Amanda sitting cross-legged on the floor in the ship's foyer, having casual conversations with Addison played the character, or while Addison played the characters. We'll remember standing in line for dinner, conversing about our excursions that we went on that day. We'll remember laughing and dancing and rocking Bar D, but most of all, we'll remember her smile, her quick wit, and her friendship. My last visit with Amanda was in April. Once again, she made the trip with Addison and Bob to greet us and make us feel welcome when we were in Orlando. Even though we only had an afternoon, I can replay this time together in my mind over and over, only regretting that I didn't hug her longer or to tell her how much she meant to me. Of course, I never would have wanted to believe it'd be the last time I would see her. So now we try to carry on. The ship of fools will never be the same again. There'll always be a void, a missing member of our sisterhood. In her honor, we will cruise again. We will cruise again for her, to bring her along in spirit on yet another adventure. We will raise our glasses high and toast her memory. We will carry on despite our grief, despite our disbelief of all this is real. We will carry on because that is what Amanda would have wanted us to do. You'll never be forgotten, Amanda. In the short time we had you here on earth, you made an impact on so many people. Your legacy of warmth and friendship will live on in each of us. Self-high five, Amanda, and bon voyage. I'm sure when we see you again, you'll say welcome home. The next tribute comes from Jason Durrett. If I mispronounce it, I'm sorry, boss, wherever you are. Amanda, as I read everything that all of your friends and family have been writing about you, it seems that you're still the amazing Amanda that I always knew those 4 years at Clark Air Force Base in the Philippines. My wife called me yesterday at work and told me about the latest journal entry. After reading it, I shut my door and teared up in my office. I then started reflecting back on all the fun times that I shared together with you and your family. The games of kick the can, capture the flag out in front of your house. Watching all the Gurr family across the street pile in their minivan and wondering if they were all going to fit. All the soccer practices and games that we got to watch you play. The late nights at your house playing board games, watching the Simpsons videos on VHS tapes that your brother would send you from California. Remembering when San Francisco had the earthquake in the late 80s and watching all the news coverage at your house as your family was waiting on the phone call from your brother to let you know he was okay. I remember meeting Billy Joel at the Post lodging after telling his public relations officer that we were the school newspaper. Having Billy Joel come to our high school for a question and answer session and look over us, wave and say, "Hey guys," being that we had met him the night before. The memories of you and Creighton always talking about Mr. Mean's chemistry class at lunch. Watching you, Sarah, and Krista laugh at things that Creighton and I would just sit and wonder what was wrong with you all. There are so many wonderful memories of you and your family, and I'm so blessed to have been a part of your memories and a part of mine. You have a wonderful, wonderful family, and I love all of you. After knowing you for all 22 years now, I still feel all of those wonderful times spent with you are so fresh in my mind and some of the best times in my life. I love you, and God will comfort you and take care of you as He promises. To your family, I love all of you as well, and my family, and I are keeping you in our prayers through this trying and difficult times before you. May God bless you. The last tribute comes from Heather Siggety, a close friend of Amanda's. Amanda, I'm not sure what I could say about Amanda that everyone doesn't already know. We met almost 16 years ago through my brother Andy. He kept telling me about this girl that liked so many of the same things I did. Well, he was right. When Amanda and I met, we became instant best friends. And since then, we've either hung out or spoken on the phone almost every single day, including vacations. We've had so many adventures. In fact, it was always an adventure with Amanda. We traveled together. We got our first apartment together. We worked together and even met our husbands at the same place. I remember the day when she told me she was falling in love with Sean, and they were just totally right for each other. He was truly the love of her life. And when she had Addison, how she loved her so fiercely and so completely. She would do anything for a little girl. She also loved her family so much. She would always tell me how thankful she was for each of them, and that it made her feel safe that they were so close and were always within walking distance. There are so many things I would love to share with everyone about Amanda, but that would take days. I'm so thankful for so many great memories that we shared. She was beautiful inside and out. She was very loving, kind, giving, and just plain amazing. She will always be my hero. Not too long ago, she sent me a card. The quote on the front of the card said, "To be rich in friends is to be poor in nothing." And she wrote that the card had said it all. I've carried that card with me since the day I received it. I truly don't think she knew the magnitude of people whose lives have been touched by her. She was such a light in this dark world. She was truly an example of a beautiful Christian woman. She was just simply amazing, and I already miss her so very much, like a part of me is gone. I will miss you so much, my bestest friend. I will do my best to be there for your whole family, especially Addison. You will never be forgotten. I love you. I can't wait to see you again one day. Love, Heather.